So there was a question from Tos Marcel. He has some opinion on inclusion of some binary globes, and so well, probably not. He's not very happy about it.
No, I don't think any of us are.
So what's your opinion on these binary globes like DRM?
Okay. Again, I should preface. These are my opinions. I'm not like an official Mozilla representative here who's been like, I am representing Mozilla or anything. This is just me, my opinions, and they're my own. So I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And we lost a battle is what happened. And I'm not sure if we ever could have won the battle. Right now, I don't know what our market share currently is, but even at its peak market share, I think we were something at like maybe, I don't know what we've been at, but like all of the other competitors already shipped it. Like Internet Explorer already ships this thing. Chrome already ships this thing. Pretty sure Safari already ships this thing. Like all the other browsers do it, and you kind of need it in order to run things like Netflix or various things on YouTube, I believe. I'm pretty sure YouTube wants to start using it for various things. And we really didn't like it. And we fought really, really hard, but they shipped it and then they submitted the spec to the W3C. I'm pretty sure is how it went down. Like it was already out the door. And then as like an afterthought, they're like, oh, I guess we'll standardize. And that really blew because we know that people are going to go like your average user, bless their hearts, your average user doesn't really care about DRM or EME. They just want to like watch Netflix, which is totally understandable. And like if we die on valiantly on the hill and say like, no, we will not ship this thing. It is wrong. We are morally opposed. What that shows ends up like the user result is, oh, I can't watch Netflix, so I guess I'll use some other browser. And that hurts Mozilla because the more people who are using our browser, the more market share we have, the greater an influence we have on things like the W3C. And we can do things like negotiate, like various things, like Dart, for example. I know that the Dart language, or no, I got a better example. Native Client from Google. They wanted to ship this thing called Native Client, which was like a replacement for the old NPAPI plugins. And I'm pretty sure Microsoft said, no, let's not do it. And I don't think Apple was ever going to do it. Again, these are just all hearsay. These are what I've heard, in my opinion. And Mozilla also said, no, like plugins are not the future. We still regret Flash. Like Flash hangs the browser, it crashes the browser. We've done everything we can to like protect our users from it, and yet it's still this big problem. And we want to move people off of Flash. And so like adding a new like type of plugin that allows direct access to like the like basically running machine code at such a low level. I don't know. That's not a very good technical explanation of it, but they tried to ship that, and they wanted it to be something that the other browsers did. And we were able to say no. And if we had said yes, then all of a sudden, like suppose for a second we thought it was a great idea, and Chrome starts shipping it, and Firefox starts shipping it. That's when the others usually come on board. We're kind of like a swing vote. Whenever like someone proposes a technology, they're kind of depending on the other browsers, from what I see. They're depending on the other browsers to like do it, to like ship a spec. And like when the W3C standardizes something, we kind of have like the browsers can choose whether or not to support it, but to be like HTML5 compliant or like whatever part of the spec it is compliant, you have to implement it the way the spec says, is my understanding. And so, where am I going with this? Basically, we're a vote at the table of what kind of technology succeeds and what kind of technology should not succeed. And we lost this battle with EME and DRM because the other browsers just shipped it. They just went for it because like they don't care. They like, to them it's, in my opinion, money plays a big part of it. But I also think that, like I'm not just thinking that they're like really evil and they only love money, but also they want their users to be able to watch Netflix and YouTube and Twitch or whatever it is, whatever's using EME right now. And I can understand that, but there are better ways, but they didn't go with the better ways. There are certainly better ways, but they didn't go for it. And the companies that like provide the content also didn't go for the better ways. I think DRM is something that they find comfortable and it feels safe to them. And even though it's like it's very easy to circumvent, if I can view it and listen to it, I can record it, and now I have it. And yet, you know, to them it's like, okay, we've done our best effort to like protect our content, and but like there are better ways, but they didn't go for it. So we kind of had to do it. Our arm was twisted, and we kind of held our noses. I think one blog post on the internet, I think it was TechCrunch, was like, plugged our nose and did it because we kind of had no choice. People want to watch Netflix. They want to watch YouTube. We did everything we could to protect our user, though. So, for example, the binary that's doing all the decryption is run inside an open source sandbox with very low privileges. That's in order to prevent any kind of, or to mitigate as best we can, any kind of like hostile action from this binary decryption module that's coming down from, in this case, Adobe. I don't believe Adobe would ever do anything hostile to us or to their users, but I mean, Flash gets owned all the time. So we sandbox it, and we have also released a version of Firefox that does not have the DRM in it. I think there was a blog post about it a couple of days ago. I think that was on some news site, something. And we're trying our best, but we also have to make sure that people just don't get angry with us because we don't play Netflix. And we kind of toyed with the idea, I think, of like not showing the video and saying like, the reason that this video is not playing is because of DRM. And we thought, well, maybe we can educate the user. You know, we can use this as a learning moment, and we can pressure the content providers to use a different technology, one that doesn't require these like weird binary things to be downloaded to decrypt. And that really didn't scan. People were like, during I think our testing, I believe there was some testing done, and people went, oh, well, I guess it's broken. And to them, of course it is, because the words DRM and EME and all of these sort of technical terms, they don't make any sense to the common user. And why should they make any sense? They just want to watch Orange is the New Black or something. They just want to watch Netflix, which I can understand. My parents are the same way. Like I use my parents as like my test bed, and I think like, what would my parents believe if they saw this particular thing, or if they saw, you know, a box that said this is all DRM'd up and you can't watch it? Is they'd probably open up another browser. They thought, oh, Firefox is broken, I'll tell Mike, and then I'll open another browser. So that's kind of like it's not much of a compromise. We lost. That's what happened. We lost. And it sucks. It really does suck. No one's happy about it. I don't think anyone here is like, yay, we shipped it. We're like, shoot, we shipped it. We had to. We had no choice. It blows.